I will explain the person class and how it interacts with a smartphone. This person class represents a user. It does not own or create a smartphone. It only uses this to show an association relationship. First, we create a person object by passing a name. This name is stored a private variable. Next, the person interact with a smartphone and several methods. The turn on method. It simulates passing the power button. It prints a message, then calls the power on method of a smartphone. Next, the turn off method. It works the same way and it prints a message when call power off of the smartphone. Next is the open method. It allows the user to open an app. It prints the action, then call open app from the smartphone class. This method shows the user interaction with the app. It prints a message, then calls use app. Then the close method and the interaction. It prints a message is call close app, and it adds a blank line for spacing. These designs show that person depends on the smartphone to perform action. The smartphone handles the actual behavior of app in the apps. The person class acts as a controller. It sends command while the smartphones execute them.
Hey everyone, I'm Trisha Rabano, and today I'll be discussing the smartphone class. The smartphone class represents a real-world smartphone device. It contains important attributes such as the brand, model, battery level, and the Wi-Fi connection status. It also includes a list of installed applications using an array list, which demonstrate aggregation, meaning the smartphone manages multiple application objects. Now let's go through its main functionalities. First, we have the constructor, which initializes the smartphone with a brand and model. By default, the battery level is set to 85% and the Wi-Fi is initially turned off. Next, we have the power on method, which simulates turning on the phone and display its current battery and Wi-Fi status. On the other hand, we have the power off method that shuts down the phone and prints a goodbye message. We also have the connect Wi-Fi method that allows the phone to connect to a network. When connected, it reduces the battery level slightly, showing how resources are consumed. For application management, we have several methods such as install app that adds a new application to the phone. We have the open app that opens a specific application. Next, we have the use app that performs an action within the app and decreases battery level. Lastly, we have close app that closes the application. All of these rely on the find app method, which searches for an application by name. If the app is not found, it displays an error message. Lastly, the show status method displays the current state of the smartphone, including battery percentage, Wi-Fi connection, and the number of installed apps. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Abstraction class in Java. So we have a three private fields such as app ID, app name, and version. These are the properties every single application is shares and access within this code. So here we have a constructor. So this is the receipt that builds in application object, and we have a to gather method so other parts of the code can safely read those fields. So then for the open up method, so it's a concrete method. It has real code that runs, but it calls on open methods and on open methods in abstract. So which means it has no body here. in a contract every subclass must fill in. So in the Java, when we have a write class game up extends application. So we're saying game up is application. It inherits everything. So the field, the constructor, and the open up method, and so close up application methods. So but Java forces game to when it called a perform action method. So each one Java automatically knows which version to run to the game app version of the calendar app version at runtime. So it can write code that works in any application without knowing exactly which type it is. So in this code, it becomes flexible, intensible, and reliability to clean code. So this pattern, we are a parent class define a skeleton of an algorithm. So but less subclasses fill in the details is called the template method pattern. So one of the most widely used design patterns in Java code.
This code demonstrates the concept of inheritance in Java using a subclass called MusicApp. The MusicApp class extends the application class, which means it inherits its properties and behaviors. In the constructor, the super keyword is used to pass values like the app ID name, which is Spotify, and version 8.9 to the parent class. Additionally, the program overrides the onOpen method to display a message that the playlists are loading. When the app is open, it also overrides the perform action method to simulate playing a song. This shows a polymorphism where the subclass provides its own implementation of the parent class method.
Good day, my name is Petro Angelo G. Flores and I will be going to discuss the messaging app. Messaging app. This code demonstrates inheritance in Java through a subclass called messaging app, which extends the base class application. By using inheritance, the messaging app automatically gains the properties and behaviors of the parent class while allowing customization of specific features like public messaging app, super, and the ID is this name and version. And we use override. In the constructor, the super keyword is used to initialize the application with an ID, name, and version. The class also overrides two methods, onOpen and perform action. The onOpen method simulates sensing conversations when the app is opened, while perform action represents sending a message to a contact. The in the override public void perform action in the sysout message sending messages sending to Ana, tara, kain tayo. And that's all. Thank you.
Application, it represents the camera feature of the smartphone. It inherits common behavior from its parent class and adds its own specific camera functionality. Camera app extend application to create a camera feature that tracks how many photos have been taken, overriding on open to ready the lens and perform an action to capture and count photo. Establishes inheritance. Camera app is a type of application. It automatically inherits app ID, app name, version, open app, and close app from parent.
So hello class, hello sir. My name is Jules Stephen and I'm presenting the functionalities of our app. So this problem simulates a person using smartphone by turning it on as connection Wi-Fi install app using the checking phone status, turning off, and demonstrate an object installation, object orientation programming. This program is used to create more functionality to the phone, like the camera app, the messaging app, and other functionalities when using encapsulation within different classes. So it create a environment where we use install Wi-Fi apps using checking phone status and turning it off, demonstrate object interaction and object orientation programming. So it creates more efficient way to create a smartphone environment within that. So thank you, sir. My name is Julius Tibidad, presenting the functionality and error checking of it.
Hello, good day. I'm here, Mr. Soriano, that will explain to you the UML class diagram for a smartphone simulation. So our group analyzed and decided to have 6 classes for the smartphone application of Java in OOP approach. So first one is we have the users. We declared the class as person class, and the base or the main class of the smartphone application, which is the smartphone class. The third class will be the application class, which is the superclass for the 3 subclasses of the application, which is the camera app class, messaging app class, and the music app class. So the person is the one that uses the smartphone, so we declared it as bidirectional association. And for the smartphone class, it is the full class for the application, because a smartphone has a list of applications, and as you can see in the diagram, the application is initialized because it was declared as abstract class. Why abstract? Kasi yung the 3 subclasses behaves the same way, so it just being inherit to the superclass. So it also prevents the simulation up to instantiate an application object. So a person can use at least one smartphone, while the smartphone could have at least one or many applications. So the idea is the smartphone installed the apps, and the person uses the apps with the methods declared in the subclasses. So hope you like it. So my other members will explain further